Hey Jimmy, my name's Daphne, one of the essay correctors at IELTSpodcast.com. Thank you for sending your essays for correction. Great to have you with us. So let's have a look. Some people think schools have to be more entertaining. Others think their sole purpose is to educate. Which do you agree with? So nowadays, the world is experimenting rapidly changes, trying to adapt to new development models, and education is not exception to that. Okay, so nowadays the world is experimenting rapidly with changes, trying to adapt to new development models. Education is not an exception to that. You'd have to say to that, not of that. Before, there were not many questions around the role of schools in terms of ways to teaching and learning processes. However, all this topic has become crucial. Just not all this topic, I would just go this topic in the sense of generating, ing there, better school systems for children in society in general. Okay, I like that, it's very interesting, but make sure you address the most important point. Should they be more entertaining? Should there be more fun? Should there be more sport? That kind of thing. Or should it just be education? So it's very important in the intro that you put in your thesis statement, so make sure you tell me what the essay is going to be about, because you're a little bit of away from this, and I need your opinion. Okay? Then you're going to come into your essay. So science has proved learning processes in children are different and more complex than in adults. Students' needs are based on acquiring knowledge through games and ludic activities. Okay. Yeah, especially in early ages. Okay, so I don't think you need that, but this one, okay, it has been agreed by many teachers that. So come into your big topic sentence in a way like this. Academic, motor and creative subjects should focus on, not should be, just should focus on, or be focused on specific goals, but always remain or aim maybe to have fun while children are studying. So you need to put an example in here, for example, by including. So what would you do to make it more interesting? To develop this a bit more. Okay, so that's fine, your example, but you need to develop this bit more before you come into the example. What fun would you add? Okay, as was mentioned, I wouldn't do that. I would say additionally, so use a linking word like that. Schools must evolve to become a modern institution that's growing and changing. So growing and changing, the same thing, in the correct point. Not sure what you mean there. So challenging times are coming and new education models. Okay, again, be really specific. So for me, that's not relevant. This is interesting about motivation. Okay, it's interesting about motivation. So say many teachers suggest that motivation is higher and children stay in school longer if they are motivated to, or if the lessons are more stimulating or challenging, something like that, compared to lessons which are academic, which students find harder. So I think what's happening here is that, my opinion, you've got some lovely language in there, you've got some great ideas, but you're not answering exactly the right question. So that's what's happened there. On the next modules, we'll talk to you really carefully about answering exactly the right question and doing some planning. So then we can see what's happening in the planning and if you're making any errors there in the planning. So doing an enjoyable activity with a child can develop better skills and more creativity than reading. To what extent do you agree? Okay, so children's universe is an advanced structure. Sometimes adults forget how it works. Young people need fun as the main tool. Developed skills should not be something to worry about in children because their nature. Okay, be careful here. I feel like you're taking this a little bit like a philosophy essay. Don't make it too complicated, okay? I just want you to tell me what you think about that statement. So, is it better to do an activity with a child play football with them, that sort of thing. Listen to Ben's suggestions on this. Is it better to go and play football with them, or take them to a park, or play a game with them, or is it better for them to read a book? Okay, so your introduction needs to be a little bit clearer. So firstly, children are thinking all the time in play, and life for them is a game. Okay, consequently, all the efforts in conducting a learning process should be oriented in experiencing, ing, fun to do anything that ensures, you don't need that encourages them to learn and the skills will be successfully learned. Okay, this is a little bit intangible. I need you to ground this essay, keep it much more practical. Yeah, this is nice, the game itself. So consequently, efforts in learning. Okay, and then here, for example, playing football. For example, joining a football team, playing football with friends. What are they learning? What skills are they learning? Cognitive skills, spatial skills. Really connect back to your title. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But you need to develop before you get to the example. So, reading could be considered a boring activity, but not necessarily must be uninteresting. But not necessarily, you don't need that. But it does not have to be uninteresting. Actually, watch out on the grammar, there's got a lot of grammar mistakes coming in here. Could be another important strategy to involve children in knowledge. Good. And have fun at the same time. Invention, fiction, narrative skills can be implemented to boost. Okay. So, in contrast, so here you're saying reading is good. It's very important you signpost to me where you're going here. 76% of children who read. Absolutely. Okay, that's a good paragraph. Well done. Conclusion, opinion. Yeah, I strongly agree. Children require a lot of stimulus in order to develop their skills. Okay. You've got lots of good stuff in this essay, Jimmy. I think we need to just work on really understanding the question and then really making sure that we're answering it very, very clearly. Okay? But good work. Good start there. Well done.